We begin this morning with the U.S. Federal Reserve that once again cut its benchmark interest rate by 0.25 percentage points, the third consecutive rate cut this year. Now, with the cut, the rate gap with South Korea has narrowed. Our Ahn Sung-jin starts us off.
The U.S. Federal Reserve has cut its benchmark interest rate by 0.25 percentage points, bringing the rate to its lowest level in more than 3 years. It announced on Wednesday that Federal Open Market Committee had lowered the federal funds rate from the previous 3.75 to 4% range to 3.5 to 3.75%. The Fed's decision marks the third consecutive rate cut since September, lowering the rate by a total of 0.75 percentage points this year. It cited an uncertain economy, including a slowdown in employment growth rate as well as rising inflation. Of the 12 voting members, 9 supported the decision while 3 opposed. The Chicago Fed president and Kansas City Fed president argued that the policy rate be left unchanged, while board member Christopher Waller, a close ally of U.S. President Donald Trump, pushed for a deeper 0.5 percentage point reduction.
Everyone around the table at the FOMC agrees that inflation is too high and that we want it to come down. Where the difference is how do you weight those risks and what does your forecast look like?
Regarding future rate cuts, the Fed used more cautious language, saying it would consider the extent and timing of additional adjustments. As the U.S. benchmark rate fell to 3.75% following the Fed's latest decision, the rate gap with South Korea has narrowed to 1.25 percentage points, based on the upper limit of the U.S. rate range. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump spoke about the Fed's decision.
I mean, this guy, the head of the Federal Reserve, is a stiff. He did a rather small number that could have been doubled, at least doubled.
On Wall Street, attention is now shifting to who will become the next Fed chair, with Kevin Hassett, head of the White House National Economic Council, considered as a leading candidate. The finalists could come as early as later this month. Ahn Sung-jin, Arirang News.